So as of my recording this video, my friends, we are less than 1 week away from the early access release of Starfield, and the game continues to give us more and more amazing information. So in today's video, we're going to go over a few of the things we learned this week, and as always, answer some of the questions you've sent the channel. What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and today's video is all about going over some of the highlights of all of the information we received this week in regard to Starfield. And to be clear, there will be no spoilers in this video whatsoever. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, and you can see on the screen we are having a giveaway for an Xbox Series S. We're giving away 2, and all you need to do to enter is either subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winners will be announced October 1st of this year. Now, one of the major details we learned this week, my friends, and this was confirmed by Bethesda yesterday, is that Starfield is going to have new Game Plus mode. And for those of you that do not know what that is, basically it allows you, when you have completed the main story, to restart your campaign, but at that point you will have all of the different gear and weapons and upgrades you achieved during your first run through, and then have the ability to carry them over into your next campaign. Now at this point, because we have not gotten our hands on the game as yet, we do not know exactly how this version of Game Plus mode will work. However, once the game does pass along that information, I promise to bring it to you. Now, the next thing we're going over is a few things that Pete Hines said, and for those of you that may not know, he is the head of publishing over at Bethesda, and in an interview he gave to Xbox the other day, he had this to say about the sheer size of the game.
And if I'm being honest, like, there's really not an amount of time that I'm comfortable enough of, like, now you've played enough Starfield to get what this game is, because like I'm at 150, 160 hours on my current playthrough, and like, yeah, I haven't even come close to do, like, there is so much stuff I have intentionally not done. It's like, we try and tell everybody how big this game is, and the folks that are playing it, like, one of the few things they will tell us is, yeah, you weren't kidding how big, like, I can't believe how big it is. Like, yeah, it's content and explore it. Like, no matter how you want to play, there is so much for you to do in this game.
Now, for those of you out there who would like to see the interview in its entirety, I will leave you a link in the video description down below. I strongly recommend you check it out. It's going to get you even more amped up about the game. Now, we do have a lot of other things to cover, and once again, these are all things that Pete Hines has confirmed, and these are from various interviews he's given over the last few days. So starting at the top, he says the game doesn't really start until after the main quest. He describes how he got sucked into the vacuum of space after jumping onto an enemy ship and the pilot taking off. Modders will be able to create planets, and this is something that is going to be a standalone video because there is a lot to talk about in regard to that topic. He then goes on to say that the new Game Mode Plus relates directly to the main story, so he couldn't really talk about it. However, he does state it's different from most new Game Plus mechanics and is rather special. He said that he felt like Iron Man at one stage due to the diversity of weapon mods being combined with skills, which sounds absolutely incredible to me. He talks about the fact that the museum on New Atlantis explains some of the lore behind the game, and for those of you out there like myself who like to become completely immersed into a story arc, this is obviously very great news. Now, the next thing we're going over, and please let me know what you think in the comment section down below, are just some of the other gameplay details that we can look forward to. Again, no story spoilers whatsoever. So first of all, there is no level cap. There are going to be a lot of Easter eggs. Companions will judge you for certain actions that you take. There is a mission board, and that is where you will accept contracts. A few examples of the things you may be able to do are mining resources and taking it to another planet, taking someone to a planet, or even building an outpost on a planet. You can also craft items and spacesuits with unique effects. You can loot spacesuits, helmets, and other things off of enemies. It is also strongly recommended that you pick boost packing as a skill when you start your gameplay off. Again, once we get our hands in this thing, I will be bringing you tips and tricks and all of that stuff, different settings you want to focus on as you start the game. And finally, making our way to the bottom of this list, you can get kidnapped and taken into space. Ships have tier levels that require a certain pilot skill level. And as I mentioned earlier, this game is truly going to be a modder's paradise. You will be able to add planets, stories, quests, quests and basically anything into Starfield. And the game has already confirmed the fact that there is going to be a lot of mod support post-launch, so once again, my friends, this just ensures that there truly seems to be a limitless amount of things that we will be able to do in the game. With all that being said, I'm going to start to wrap this up. As always, I want to thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. Now, you may have noticed these videos are a little bit on the shorter side. My goal right now is to bring you up to speed on everything going on as quickly as I can, because obviously the clock is ticking. We are counting down the days until launch. Trust me when I say once this thing goes live, it'll be non-stop here at the channel. So if there are any videos you'd like to see, please let me know and I will do my best to get to them as quick as I can. That is going to do it for this video. I sincerely appreciate the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, you could hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.